Hey guys, today we are gonna make a GPT using GPT-4. We start by going to ChatGPT webpage and clicking Explore button. It takes us to this page. As you can see, there is a button called Create a GPT, and it's in beta at the moment. At the bottom you can see all the GPTs that are already made, a GPT for data analysis, a GPT that acts like Santa, and others. Almost all of them are made by ChatGPT team, and I can see one here made by North Pole. Let's press on a Create a GPT button. As you can see, we have two windows on the right. We have a preview window that lets us check the progress and play around with our GPT before we save it. On the left, we have a GPT creator. It's pretty straightforward. You have a Create tab and a Configure tab. We will cover Configure tab later. We don't need it for this project. In a Create tab, I wrote that I want to create a GPT called Rogan in a pocket, and the GPT must answer users in a friendly and casual manner like Joe Rogan would. I also specified that it should focus on fitness, living in a moment and being true to yourself. You can see the whole process. It got the information and started creating a GPT. There is absolutely no coding skill required. As you can see, you can just type in casually to a chatbot, "How do you see your custom GPT?" and it just starts creating it. It took a couple of seconds and a wrench icon showed up, meaning that it started creating a GPT. I also asked it if it had sufficient knowledge of Joe Rogan, or I would have to get transcripts of his YouTube videos and feed them to it. This feeding process is also done by other AI, which we will cover in other videos. It analyzed all the Joe Rogan podcasts available to create a closely cloned personality of Joe Rogan, and after it confirmed that it understood the assignment, it prompted me with all the things it gathered and started creating a profile picture. At this point, I kind of liked it, just a simple microphone with colorful background. On the right window, an icon showed up, and Rogan in a pocket is operational. It has 4 starting questions like, what do you think about martial arts? What's your take on psychedelics? Can you tell me a Joe Rogan style joke and discuss philosophical topic? There are a million ways to tweak the GPT so it is more custom and feels more genuine. It asks you for its role and visions so the GPT will operate as intended. If there are any topics you want it to excel at, are there any other areas you would like it to emphasize? It also asks you what topics should it avoid. Are there any phrases, topics, or behaviors it should keep clear of? With all due respect to Joe, I hope that he will be cool with this, knowing the guy to be chill and embracing new technologies. I don't want to upset anyone, but he is the most known figure in podcasts field and beyond. Me and my friends, while arguing, we often jokingly thought, what would Joe Rogan say on this topic? That's mostly the reason I came up with this idea. I really don't know if I would be pissed off if someone cloned me, or would I keep my chill? What do you think? Would you be cool with it? OpenAI really opens some very strange doors, which can never be closed. And when I saw a presentation of what Google's Gemini can do, I lost my mind. I will cover that as well as soon as it is out on the market. I once again specified that it must focus on fitness and other Joe Rogan stuff, and the answers must not be too long. They must be casual as Joe Rogan would answer in real life. It said to finally personalize the GPT interactions. How do I envision it would talk to users? Should it use specific phrases or words that Joe is known for? Any particular style of humor or storytelling I would like to incorporate? And it finally gave me permission to interact with Rogan in a pocket, and on the right-hand window, I asked my Rogan in a pocket, how do you find balance in life? I think the answer is pretty close to what Rogan might have actually said, so we will cover the configure button. In here, there is a name tab where it says the name of your GPT, which I will change to Rogan in a pocket. Followed by a description tab, which I will update to imagine you have Joe Rogan in your pocket. The GPT answers as Joe Rogan would. Next, we have an instructions tab, which I will leave as is. It is pretty basic and does not need any changes as far as I can tell. After that, we have conversation starters, like what's a funny gym experience? How do you find balance? Share a story about personal growth and what's a fitness myth you want to debunk, which can be modified, added, or deleted. I will delete the last one and update it to Hey Joe, got a question? Next, we can see an Upload Files button. You can feed data to your custom GPT. We will cover this button in other videos where I will be making other GPTs. Below that are capabilities: web browsing, DALL-E image generation, and code interpreter. We do not need the last two, so I will disable them and leave only web browsing. There is also a button to create a new action. Again, we do not need it for this project. In the upper right corner, there is a save icon. Once you press it, there is a drop-down menu with 3 options: only me, anyone with a link, and public. I will select public as I want other people to see it as well, maybe Joe himself, and press confirm. After this, it took GPT almost a minute to perform this task. I waited. And I waited. This minute seemed like eternity. Seconds turned into minutes, minutes into days, days into months, months into years. I waited a little longer, and then a little longer more. And an error message popped up. I pressed the error message and pressed confirm again, and it was almost instantly ready. It took me to my newly created GPT with profile picture and everything. In the upper left corner, I can change between ChatGPT and Rogan in a pocket. And when I press Explore, I can see GPT I created. It is public and has 0 comments. Below it, you can see the same project I tried yesterday, and I deleted it now from a dotted menu. I guess that's it for today. Before we say our goodbyes, I asked an image creator DALL-E to give me a beautiful subscribe button, which it created out of thin air. This function, along with many more, is included in GPT-4. And we will be covering all the tools that will help you create content and increase your productivity. This channel is dedicated to AI and making content using AI without showing your face. Many more videos will follow. If you liked the content, please subscribe, like, and share the video. See you around.